Hey, hello everyone. What's up? How are you guys doing? And welcome back to this video. What are we doing right now? We are basically coding the history part of the music player which we are creating. If you have watched the previous stream which I did, I guess yesterday, you know we have an app. We have an app, and like there are a few bugs in this, but we at least have a music player over here. I mean, we have the playing section which works quite good, but we do not have a history section which I want to create, and then I might go into animation and stuff like that. But what I have decided is I'll be using SQLite as a database in the computer itself to basically create it. So now the first thing what I want to do is I want like so I've just used like SQLite, this very simple thing, and then this is a class which is like data provider, like database provider. Let's call it database. We can do that, and we can say as database. And then what we can do is we can just say we can take that and we can say that. That doesn't work. Okay, so let it be like we don't care about the name, so it will be data audio database, something like that, right? Audio database, and then we can export this. So we can say export default uh, audio database, yeah, and then what do we want to do? So we have this serialize command which kind of like creates a lot of things. So I don't want to get into the migration stuff, but how can we do migrations? So let's think about it. Step one, check if all the migrations are applied. Step two, if not, apply them. Simple, these two steps, right? So we'll have how do I want my migrations to be there? In the main process, I will have a folder called migrations where I'll have like the SQL file. So like init.sql, right? And then what I can do is I can code a tool in order to generate a migration. That would be Node.js. Do I want to go that way? So what I'll do is every migration should have a unique name. At least that is important for me. And rest it doesn't. So instead of create any table, let's have like check migrations. So let's go step by step. Like let's get rid of this and let's say check pending migrations. Check pending migrations, right? And then what I can do is this dot process dot. I think there's something called CWD which you get from OS. You get something called CWD, which is from the OS library. CWD, right? Not C N just okay, we can use dir name. I mean that also works, I guess. Okay, so like migration folder path const migration folder path is equal to dir name plus migration. So I just don't want to do this because on Windows this might create issues. So I'll just do like path from path, and then what I can do is I can do path.join It'll help me to join stuff, so I can do like dir and migrations. So that will give me a path of migrations, and then what I can do is I can read the dictionary. So I can make this an async function, and then I could import stuff directly from the fs promises, and then that is read dir, right? That gives me a list of dictionaries. So I'll just go to try catch. I like error. I hate that one message. So what we can do is we can just simply say error while checking pending migrations, error, and then I can do like cannot read the migration folder. I mean, can we go multi-line? That would be helping us a lot, I guess. Yeah, cannot read the migration folder. That kind of like, that says that you cannot read a migration folder. And yeah, so you have a migration folder path. Now what I want to do is I want to basically say writing all the code for me, which I do not want to happen. Cool. I want to turn off my GitHub autopilot. Okay. Now the first thing which I want to do is I want to basically wait. Hold on. Sync. Wait. Hold on. Now first thing which I want to do is basically get all the files and then see how many of them is not applied. So files is equals to read dir dot read dir migration folder path. Okay. I think this is not required, so this is enough. And then what I can do is I can just go over here and I can say this is the migration dir. Do I need anything else? Is there any configuration? Recursive? No, it shouldn't be recursive. Yeah, I'm okay with this. So this gets me all the migration files. Or let's call it m files, because yeah, whatever. Right. And then I have to check the migrations which are applied, and what should be the structure of the migration. Let's think that. So I think migration struct async get applied migrations. Okay. And then what I can do is I can just say this dot database dot get constant get migrations SQL select all from migrations. Yeah, simple. And then I can say get migrations. Do you get a callback or something like that? Yeah, you do. So you get error. Like, does it return a promise? It does not return a promise. That's insane. How do you run a get command in SQLite Node.js? Okay, so this is how you do it. It's select rather than, so if we say each, right? and then you get two things, which is error and row. Can we promisify this and something like return new promise resolve reject? So we have this thing. So if there is an error, reject the error, and then if we have the row, right? We have the row. So row, otherwise resolve the row. Let's see, is it normal? So get applied migration, whatever migration has been applied is here. So now we'll have to think about the struct of the migration. So it will be async check and yeah, init migrations. Yeah, so we'll say init migrations, whatever, and then I'll say this would be like, yeah, this should be an async function. So what do we want to do is we want, like, what should be the structure of the migrations? It could have like an ID. It could have a unique ID. It could have a name, which is going to be the name of the file, and then it could have a created on, which is a date, and then status could be like few of these things, like applied, or it's simple. If it is in the database, it's applied. That's what I will consider. Okay, so I'll just say this for database. Again, this will be a try catch, and the catch will be logging the error. And this should throw the error as well. This should throw the error because, I mean, we don't want to go forward if the migrations are not applied initially. So the next thing what I want to do is basically go and see whether, basically create the table. So this dot database dot run create table if not exists migrations, then we can have all this other stuff below this. Okay. So now what we can have is we can have ID field, which I want to be a unique ID. Wait, yeah, which I want to be a string. So I want the ID to be a string. So this will be a varchar of like 256 5 characters, and this is my primary key, right? And then what I can do, if I can have is I can have a name. It's a file name, which will be again a varchar with like a little bit more, like 510 and not null. This cannot be null. And then we can have like a created at. So let's leave it till here. I think these two fields are enough for us for right now. Like whatever requirement we have, this is enough. And this should return a promise, I guess. This doesn't. That's insane. So what we can do is, again, we can just wrap this inside a promise. We could have a resolve. We could have a reject. Right, and then what we can do is we can just have, we could hold on for a second. I'll be back. Wait. Yeah, we logged it up. Okay. Continue. Put the mic back. let's continue coding. Yeah, so we have a create table if not exist migration, where we basically created a table, did few stuff, but there should be a callback of this, I guess. Which what does it have? Error, right? So if there was an error, reject it, else resolve it. Okay, so one issue, so I just want to wrap this over here, put this into the else part, right? So either one of them will happen. So this basically returns a promise that's a void, right? So it returns a promise, but it doesn't do anything. I mean, it doesn't particularly return anything. It's a promise. Great. So we initialize the migration, and this is the initialization. So let's have the configuration over here. So run migrations on startup. Let's call it true for now, and I'll say just run migrations on startup. So I want to create another function and we'll call it handle migrations. Right, this will have everything related to migrations, and I want to, instead of init migration, I want to call handle migrations. And then what I want to do is I want to basically say await init migrations. Okay, and this should only happen if the run migration is kind of false. So if this dot run migration is like kind of true, so if this is true, then it will run this, otherwise not. So yeah, and then after running the initial migration, what I want to do is get applied migration. Okay, check pending migration, and finally apply migration will be there. Check and apply migration. So but first, what this is init migration, right? And you'll get applied migration. So then what I want to do is applied migration, await this dot get applied migrations, and then what I can do is, oh, this is already async, so this works for me. So there's a type for this, right? So what we can do is we can create a types.ts export migration. So we have ID and file name, that's it. So both of them, we have ID which is of type string, and we have a file name. I don't remember how it's okay. File name which is also a string. Cool. So the next thing what we want to do is we basically want to use this. So here get applied migration basically returns a promise of migrations. So the row has unknown type, I know. So unknown type, so I'll have to do it as an array of migration. So this should be an array of it. So I guess it would be correct. Row as migration array. There should be some sanity checks over here, I guess, but cool. So we have this applied migrations over here. So now what we want to do is we want to check the migrations which are not applied. So I'll say not applied migrations. Right now it's empty. And then I want to go to m files. Dot. Oh, let's write a for loop. Now applied migration dot length. Why is it not applied over here? Should be applied migration. No, this shouldn't be applied migration as well. This should be m files, which is migration files. So okay, so this should be a wait over here. Yeah, and then it's kind of like checks that find in DB. So that's, I think that's so if it did find in the applied migration. So if like this does not exist, if find in DB doesn't exist, which it means it is not applied. So not applied migration dot push. Current file, m file, whatever. That file is not pushed because yeah. The problem is it does not have a type. So this is basically very simple, a string array. And then what I want to do is I want to basically very simply apply those migrations one by one. So I'll have to write again a for loop. Not m files, this time it is not applied migrations. I want to read this file. So const like SQL content await read file. Was coming from the old FS package. I wanted the new one, so yeah. So and we've written the migration package, and this is the SQL content. We are reading it as UTF-8, so this should be a string, I guess. Yeah, this is a string. That's great. So again, we have to. Oh, this is already. So now we have to apply this. to the database. So we can say this dot database dot whatever, database dot run this particular SQLite, and then I have a callback where you have an error. Which will catch it here and basically log it, I guess. But this isn't callback, not sure will it go to this catch or not. It should work, I guess. Check pending migrations. This again doesn't return anything, but this can be a promise. I mean, I'm pretty sure this the return new promise, resolve, reject, yeah, and now this can be async. This, like, all the errors we want to do is we want to reject them, because we want to have a single error, like error handling stuff. Again, if this also happens, we want to reject it. And if all of these are successful, we'll resolve it. I will throw an error over here, so we'll have to specify a type that is just like a promise that resolves into a void. Yeah. Cool. So we have these things now. So we get the applied whatever migrations, and this does this check pending this only checks check and apply pending migrations. Yeah, I don't have any need to separately check and separately apply right now, so I want to do check and apply migrations. Same. So we'll be going for one single try catch over here that would be giving me error, and this will be like there was some error during applying the migrations, and then I can go for the error. Okay, this is cool. So we have something. So this should technically handle the migrations, I guess. Now what do I want to do is I want to give the user the instance of the migration. Can I make this static? Not sure. No, yeah, I got a day off. It's holiday. I'm writing this migration system. You missed the most fun part, which is the main migration system. Yeah. So now we are continuing on this. What do we want to do now? We want to. So I'll explain you what did I do right now. So there's a database folder. We're using SQLite 3. And again, I did not wanted to use any ORM or anything like that. So simply created my own migration system to handle migrations and stuff like that. Currently was planning basically to have a migration folder over here. And so this is like an init migration or whatever. So you can create all the files. They should be with unique names, and each one of them should be applied one by one. Like, at least that's the target. Haven't checked this, just wrote it right now. We'll check it after like I'm done with few stuff. Okay, let's write the first migration. Create table if not exists. uh, song history. Okay. So this will be like having an ID, which will be a varchar of like 255 character, and this is my primary key. Right. And then what we'll have is we'll have what should we have? I mean, what should a song history have? Should it have a should it have all the details about the song or only the path of the song, and then I should read the stuff from. I think only path is enough right now. Like if I have the song path, that's more than enough. Uh, yeah, that's enough, right? Yeah, path. That is enough. So because then I can read it from the like. Why do I want to do this way? Is because if you go and start storing the information about the song, and if the user deletes the song from the data, like from the system, then you are showing the song, but you don't have the data to play it. I mean, isn't that weird? I mean, think about it. So yeah. So then what we'll do is if the song will be not like found in the in the local system, we'll delete it from the database. Like we'll write something like that. Okay. So we have a varchar, whatever this is, and let's see does it even work or not. Not sure does it even work. So pretty sure we'll get some sort of error, but let's try it at least. So this database, I want a single instance. So what I'll do is this is called a singleton pattern, which I'm going to do right now. So we'll call it data provider. Okay. .ts, and we'll have a class called data provider, and we'll create a singleton instance for this database. So we'll say database, we'll say private static db instance, or like date, or like db, something like that. That is basically, that will be a database, whatever, audio database. Yeah. And then I can have like a static get db instance, something like that. And then I can say if this.db exists, and return this.db, else this.db is equal to new data provider, not new audio data database, and then I can return that. Yeah, this will maintain a single instance of like whatever, single instance of my database throughout the application, so we'll not be repeating it. Cool. So now we have the data provider. What do we want to do next? We want to basically first run it. So let's see does it even work or not. Like let's go to the index file and let's simply call it, nothing, we don't want anything else. So we'll just say data provider dot get db instance. So if we just say that, that should basically technically run the migration and all. Let's see, does this survive, or does this, I hate this range error, but yeah, there will be some sort of error, I guess. There was some error in applying the migrations. Yeah, secure code is not enabled, restoring state, enabling secure, no such file or folder found. So it says there's nothing called main slash, oh, this, the problem is in the build, right? So when they build the stuff, this guy is not getting included. Now how do I include this? Like how, okay, I have to write something in ts tsconfig.json, I guess. So node, node one, can I include some folder? The problem is when this is getting like build, which is in the out, the main does not have that folder, if that makes sense. Like should we have it outside, like, you know? Okay, I have a question. What does this give? Wait, hold on. Out main migrations. It's going to out main migrations. Okay. Should we use CWD rather than using this dir name? I think the main problem right now is what we are using over here is we are using this path.join dir name migrations. but this gives the path of the current file, not the path of the project, if that makes sense. Not the path of the project. So for the path of the project, we need the CWD, something like that, from electron, not electron, FS, not OS module. So it's called CWD. CWD. How do you, where do you import that? CWD Node.js. Oh, it's process.cwd. Okay. So maybe add src/migration slash all dir and tsconfig. Oh, will that help? Let's try that. Let's try doing that. tsconfig.json. Oh, there you go. tsconfig node.json. Yeah, include. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you're true. Yeah, that's correct. I can do src/main slash migrations. I have a question. You don't think so? This, like, this is like including that folder. See, so I have this folder inside main, right? So this is actually targeting that. But I think the problem with like TypeScript, like compilation, is it only includes the folders. Like it creates one file out of all the JavaScript, all the TypeScript folders. So like there's no foldering or something like that. Let's search. How can I include? How can how can I include a folder in TypeScript lore includes root folder? Do you, well, let's try this. I mean, it was your, like, let's try this. Does this fix something? Sassy main slash r preload, and then you have this. We'll have to force stop our Electron applications. Yeah, okay. So what we'll do is we'll just run this again and let's see, does this work? No, the same error, man. Like, it doesn't include, like it does not, like, do the, see, same issues. Okay, so now what I want to do is let's get rid of this, and like I think that's not even good. Like migration should be on the top of the whatever. Like it should be on the top. Let's try it out. Migration should be not on the, yeah, whatever. Migrations, where's my migration folder? Should be on the top. Yeah. So I have the migrations over here. Cool. And I think CWD just gives you that. So let's try that out. Database. So instead of doing like path name, I can do process.cwd, which is something which we want. Let's try this out. Dir is undefined. What do you mean by dir is undefined? Hmm. It still goes to the out main and so on. Funny stuff. How do I include the, how to include migrations in the build folder tsconfig? Okay. Config quart use ts. No, we are not using micro. I'm migrating from JavaScript. Oh, let's ask our very own, this guy. The migrations folder is getting ignored while build. How can I include it during TSC build? Oh, it says include this, but the problem is this doesn't solve our issue. It does not, man. Doesn't solve our issue. But my migrations folder contains SQL files. I don't know what the hell is this thing, but surely this is not helping. Just for testing, let's take the static address of that particular folder. Let's move it to where it was, like main. So let's do one thing first. Like let's copy the path, and let's at least try right now to make it run. I mean, what if we just give it like this? Right? This is the correct path, right? So at least should work. Let's test the system and then we'll figure out how to do it. So it says no such file or oh, it's my okay, it's okay. So I just don't want to do it. This and let's try this again. Okay, so dir is undefined. Get last song played. Okay, something happened. Oh, I think it did. It worked. It worked. I think it worked. So we have to check. I don't know how can we check, but whenever we get the migrations, right, applied migrations, let's try to log this applied migrations, and then we'll directly know which migrations were applied. I don't see any log. Let's try to debug this, but I cannot debug this because it's, you know, the way this Electron app is set up, like whatever boilerplate I was using, the problem is it builds the Electron app and then runs it. Like it doesn't directly run the TypeScript. The problem with that is basically you can't debug this on VS Code. So yeah, we'll have to find out a solution for this. Yeah. So I think first let's try to log files. And nothing is getting logged by what the hell is this? Is it not working? I don't know. This doesn't need even joining. I mean, I don't have anything to join. Open the SQLite database. That's true. I can do that. What does the user, whatever this is, gives you? Yeah, I mean it's here. See, this is the build. No, sorry, this is the build out main. But the problem is during the build, it does not copy the migrations folder. Like this folder is ignored, and all of them is basically minified into. I think there is some sort of TypeScript. There's some TypeScript option which allows you to copy the folder. I just have to figure it out. Hold on. So let's see what properties do we have regarding folders. Uh, if I just create a TypeScript file, will it include it? That's the question. Wait, hold on. So it takes main and preload. I have an idea. Okay. It basically compiles any TypeScript file, right? So if I just go like this is just for fun, okay, nothing serious. So if I create a TypeScript file and if I like log something like test, right? Now this has to be compiled, right? And then if I include this in the tsconfig file, will it like actually start compiling it? Because I think it should. src slash main slash. Oh, let's have migrations over here. Migration slash all. Yeah. And let's do one more thing. Let's close this. I'm saying let's do one more thing. Let's move the migrations to the one level up. Like let's move this to src. There you go. Yes. I'm not using any imports from migrations. Come on, don't lie. Should include. Let's hope so. Yeah. Cannot find a dictionary migration, whatever. Yeah, it makes sense. But is it included? It does not. See. It should include. Yeah, that's true. Uh, hey Ashwini, what's up? How are you? We are coding a migration system for a database. We just don't want comfort. We don't want to use an ORM because we love making our life hard. Okay, so we have resources. Oh sorry, where were we? We have migrations over here. We have index. We have this whatever, and we have the tsconfig.node. And here am I giving the wrong? Oh, this is src slash migrations. src slash migrations and GRATIS. Oh, this is but I've done it 2 times. Okay, that's the problem. I've done it like 2 times. Okay, so it's like, is this fixing my issue? Is this fixing my issue? I'm good, Ashwini. Just making a music player and making a history feature for that. This history feature over here. Okay, let's see, does it compile or not? We have a preload, we have a main, but we don't have. Why don't the migration gets included? This doesn't make sense. Okay. Node.js. Types electron beat node. It doesn't matter. Include whatever this, and then src slash main slash all, then src slash preload slash all, then src slash migration slash all, and is it the spelling is wrong or something? migrations, migrations. I'm just okay. We'll do something very stupid. I don't know. I just don't want to get into this right now. Let's delete this migration folder itself. I want to do something very stupid right now. Please forgive me for this. Like, just write a patch, send it like as a PR to my GitHub. Okay. So this is not very good, but I'll just make like migrations.ts folder and we'll export. Don't laugh. Oh, you say maybe you can try changing include to includes in tsconfig. Oh, is that the case? tsconfig, tsconfig JSON. It's already includes, I guess. Oh, include, but is there any option called includes? Something like that. Let me see. No, it does not. So I have a better idea. Tapan, what do you want to say on this? Right? We can have an like, but this is so stupid. Why will I? Okay. Just I just don't want to do it this way. Do it this way. I can export default like an array, and then I can say like the name is something like initial migration, and then I can write a SQL over here. But I don't want to do this. Like, this is a very bad idea. I just don't want to do this. Okay. Let's do a little bit of R&D. How to read folder path of a Node.js. Yeah, exactly. I was thinking like that. But the problem with that is all the migrations will be in single folder, and I don't in a single file, and I don't want that. Like, if it will be different files, it would be very easy to handle migrations. So how to get the root path of a Node.js project? Define a root. Okay. What path? Oh, this is the thing. Okay, you just say require.main. Okay, this gives you the root path. Awesome, bro. Let's try this out. So what are we doing? The database. Let's try this. If this works, we'll be good to go. This is awesome then. I have another idea. Okay. So what? Okay, this is very interesting. Okay. Package.json, right? Here we build, right? So this builds, and if we say dev, so it's like electron wheat and then dev. But wait, hold on. Okay, what I want to do is, like, whenever this starts, this will take no, let's do it this way. Does it even work? Like, what if I copy this? Like, just for testing, right? I'm doing this, I'm not sure. Paste this over here, get a path. Const app path is equal to this. We have to wait, I think. Log app path. Yeah. Sapan, what do you say? We should go about something has been logged. Oh, see, it does. Problem solved. We get the root of the project. That's awesome. What else do we need? Problem solved, guys. Problem solved. So now what I can do is I can just get lost. So I can just now do a very simple thing. Problem solved. So this will be like kind of like this is a utility. So we'll say get app path. We'll go into the utils. Do we have a util something like that? We don't. Let's create utils.ts. We'll paste it over here. We'll export it as like export async function get app path. And then what I can do is I can go over here and we can say get app path. So I have an app path, and then I can, the migration folder will be basically path.join the app path comma the migrations. And then I can move the migrations to the top folder, like, you know, I can have it directly over here, and then it will read all the migrations. So I can just create a new folder called migrations, not file, basically a folder called migrations, right? And I can have all my SQL files inside this, like init.sql. Why did I delete my last SQL file? I don't know. I shouldn't have done that. But I think no more that not find error will not come. Some other error will come, but not find error will not come. So dir not defined. See, there's no not find error. I mean that like we solved that error. So how does this work? Let's try to like a little bit find out. So this basically uses this fs module, right? Uses require. That's insane. I don't want to use this require thing. Okay. How many of you use Vim? So I use Vim. I love Vim. Path from path. I but I use Vim with like in the VS Code itself. It needs something called dir name out of this. Okay, and then it needs a lot of things from fs or directly fs. Okay, so constants and then promises and then okay. So don't we have this directly in the like this? And can't we do like access directly? Like, is that possible? Yeah, that is possible. Cool, then I think this simplified the code a little bit. Just move on to the next path, whatever. Error e whatever. Yeah. So we have this, and now we can get it, which is a good thing. So let's create our first migrations, and then we'll open it. Okay. I also want to log the address of where the migration is created. So like whatever this path is, loading db from whatever this particular path, which is path, right? And then I can simply do this. Okay, so we are loading this from this path, and yeah, let's write the first migration. Let's say create table if not exists long history, right? And then I can say id, which is in varchar 255. Let's do it faster. Primary key, and then we want a path which should long path which should be a varchar 550 character primary. This is not a primary key, it is not null. Yeah, there you go. So we have a table now. Let's try to run this. How many of you think this will work? It says no file or folder. Oh, this is my database. So this is my database. I guess there was some database tool I had. SQL database. Enable users to develop publish database schemas too. I don't want to do this. Explore database. SQLite. Explore query SQLite database. Exactly, I want to do this. Can I do this? This has lots of downloads. I hope so we can do this. But I don't know how to use this, man. What do you want? Sudo apt install. I already have that. Can I use this? So there's another way. We can directly use command line for this. So I mean, like, we can just say SQLite, whatever the name of the database is, command not found. SQLite command not found. Brew add SQLite. Do we have SQLite even? Brew SQLite. Yeah, it is there. Cool. It is there. SQLite 3. Do we have SQLite 3 or something like that? Oh, but no, it's only SQLite. Okay. Let's add SQLite and let's try to explore the database now. Do we have the table even created or not? Add or install. It's install, it's not add. Uh, we did it. And then this command should run. I guess I'll have to quit the terminal and I have to open it again. Why doesn't it work, guys? Install SQLite in Mac. Oh, I might already have this. Really? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I have this. This is insane. SQLite 3. Then I don't want to do that. I want that path, whatever that was logged on my. Uh, yarn dev. Here we'll get the address over here. Yeah, there you go. Copy this, and then we can do SQLite 3, the path of that, and it says syntax error near support music. Okay, SQLite 3, and then like the quotes we give it. Oh, I'm inside this dot tables. Hey, we have the migrations table. We have the migrations table. And I can say select all from migrations dot show table content. Okay, so you can do dot tables, and you can say pragma table list. What is pragma table list? What is that? Okay. Can I do migrations? I can't do that. Whatever, it wouldn't have a content right now. I think so, at least. So what we'll do is we'll now at least it created the migrations folder. What are we even doing on history? It's clearly not running, that's for sure. Hmm. I'm sorry, I did the wrong thing. Dot quit. Yeah, yeah. And what is the error? Next error, what we are getting? No, so it's going to node modules and saying access, and then it says no file or folder access. This doesn't have access to this. This doesn't have access to this, which is a bug, I think, over here. I think this should be a debug rather than. Hmm. How are we? What is the bug? So we have this over here. We just read the database. Do we have even a result? Let's see. Log migrations folder path, and then hmm. Let's try to run this separately, guys. Like this is annoying now. I don't want to run the entire app for this. Okay, so what am I even printing here? This doesn't even. Is it? Console.table, and then I can do this like I can do like migration folder path, and come on, show me something. Yarn dev. Okay, it does show something. So it shows the path of the migration, which is kind of cool. So it does work. I mean, this is working till here, that's for sure. Then what we have is we go to this, we did the dir, and we get m files. And what do you know? Okay, we go to the migrations, and then we should at least have the files, right? So I'm like, if I log files, and then I'll say m files. Okay, so I have init.db. That works. Yeah, that works. So I have init.db. So do I get an applied migrations, like something like that? What do I get out of this? So if I just do applied migrations, what do I get out of this? Do I even get something out of that? Trying, I don't get anything. So after this, there's an issue, right? After this, there's an issue in the get applied migrations. In the get applied migrations, we have get applied migrations, select all from migrations. But what is the thing which you're using over here? Migration, that's true. So we should do it in the try catch or something like that. Uh, hmm. So is it each, or what do we run to get things from this? Log error and robot. Let's see. Let's see what we get. It says are we awaiting this? Are we, or we are not? We are. We are awaiting this one. Why would it not work? I mean, error, we have error over here, but this doesn't seem to be working. Hey, I don't want these errors here. I don't want to load the songs right now. Let's go to the IO port. Let's forget about this right now. Get audio from data and then get all metadata. And yeah, for now, just let's return this. Ah, what is this thing? Yeah, for now, let's resolve this and then just return. I don't want to like do this right now. Okay. So error occurred handler get song whatever. oh, the problem is this is wrong. I mean, this is wrong SQL, but it should have like properly told me, right? So like proper error should be there, right? I get it, that's not reaching there, but still, like, come on, we should have a proper error. We deserve a proper error at least. Oh, there was something. So it said the following expression is not returned because of the automatically inserted semicolon. I get it. Okay. Now it's saying something else. Uh, hmm. How do I resolve this? If I just do error, and then it should do something, right? At least something. It should give me something. Access what? No such file or folder access whatever node modules. So is this the error? I suppose, is this the error? No, it is not. Mm. Uh, let's look at the documentation a little bit so that we can find out. So it is like this only. Select all from as ID from Lauren, error row, and row you have this. Uh, hmm. Just simply doesn't fetch anything. Select all from migrations. Right. Then I can say error rows. Then I can log these things. Error rows. Okay. Uh, hmm. Why is these error coming? Is this has to do anything with this particular code? Let's check it out. So if we don't call this whatever this handle migration thing, this shouldn't be an issue, right? So this, it's not coming. So that means the error is actually in, so dir is undefined in get last sum played. Okay. Now I'm pretty sure init migration is working properly without any issues. And then check apply pending migration. Check and apply pending migration has the issue. So it's working till here properly. I am pretty sure. What if like I just remove this, like I just comment this try catch first like sometimes. I think the error is in this section. I cannot debug this, guys, sadly. The way it has been set up. Do I get anything? Yeah, the error is there. So the error is not in this particular section. The error is I guess the error is in the function which we copied from before, like this thing, get app path access constant f. Okay, this is the problem. I don't right now, I don't want to tackle this, so I'll just go very simple right now. Wouldn't mind a lot. Hmm. Ah, I'm losing my patience now, I think. This error is so annoying. I cannot tell you how annoying this is. So dir not defined, secure code not enabled, something something. Okay. So there's a bug at 235. So what is there in the index file 235? Let's check it out. 235 get audio data IPC, but that's not related to this, so we don't care about this. Has it like was it running successfully? Does select command work? I mean, if I just write select migrations. Oh, I don't have any data in migrations. Okay, I don't have any data in the migrations folder. So that's the reason it is not showing. Okay. Finding DB. Guys, I'll fix this bug. Let's see how can stop streaming here. Oh, each is like for wait. All. What will this do? Let's try to do this now. And now if I go here and run the same very still no data, still no data. Uh, oh, we are not inserting the data. How will it be here? That's so stupid. So database dot run SQL content, and after running that, we should like okay. We'll say this dot database dot serialize, right, and paste one of them over here. Get dot database dot run insert into migrations values I think there was something like some shortcut. Insert, oh, it's question mark. Where are the docs? Can I get a documentation, please? Is it here? Insert into, yeah, I think that's how you do it. So you basically say question mark, insert into this. This is the first one, this is the second one, and then you need a UUID. So you'll have to add yarn add UUID package. That kind of like gives us UID from UID, and that is what UID dot, I think v4 we want. There's nothing called like this. There's like something called, it needs types, you know, d@type slash UID. I mean, yeah. And now what we can do is we can just have v4. No suggestions. Why? Package.json. Okay, will UID dot so this is much more random UUID, okay? So I can use the crypto this library, CRYPTO from crypto, right? And then it's random UUID, so I'll say random UUID, and then I can say random UUID, and then I can have like, is it like an array or something like that? I guess. Yeah. This is the first one is UID, second one is path. The path is basically, so this is the full path. Let's call it file path. And let's have a file path over here. And then what we can do is we can just say, okay, UID and file path. And then that makes sense. Now what we can do is we can just have a callback. It's like error and all those things. So if there is an error, we'll definitely reject this with that error. Yeah. So do we finally like dot run or this is like something like that is there? Let's see. Serialize. I think I just saw a serialize program over here. Yeah. So you do this and then you just do stuff, and yeah, it is okay. So you have the file name, but we don't have the file name. It's like not applied migrations at I. Yeah, that's what we have. The problem is if the migrations will be already applied, there should be more tables at least, but there's only migration table. That means this is not working, pretty sure. Like okay, now what I want to do is I want to debug this. I really want to debug this now. So we'll go to this, whatever this is, and we'll go here and we'll put debuggers all over this. They here. And what we'll do is we'll just try to open a debugging session and we'll stop this one and we'll do yarn dev. I'm pretty sure we will be capturing something. Yeah, there you go. It's resolving, which is kind of insane. Okay, this goes here. See, this is what I wanted. I should have done this before. This is better than what I was doing. So here I kind of receive init.sql, which was there, and then in the applied migration I have get applied migration. Where's that applied migration? Applied migration, what is the value of applied migration? It's 0. There's no migrations applied so far. That's exactly how it should be. This is correct. So we go here, and after this all, the not applied migration is 0. Wait, but m file is there, right? So m file at 0 is this. So find in db, and then this should have some value, right? This is stupid. Oh, this condition is stupid. Okay, this condition is the culprit we don't want to have. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just go over here. What are we doing? Why this is undefined? This should be an error, right? Yeah, so the problem here is basically in the database, the problem here is basically we are doing this. I mean, what it was this, but the problem is this returns -1, right? So if this find in db is equal to -1, that is like it is not found, then push it to the whatever we were doing before. So yeah, let's close this, try it again. What? And there's no debug. I'm pretty sure we would be having debuggers. We don't have them. Index.output. Yeah, let's put the debugger over here. Let's put the debugger over here. Some of them over here. Oh, it already stopped. Okay. Let's try it again. I want to detach from all of them. Okay. Quit this. Let's try again. Okay. So first one is over here, and it makes sense. Then I want it over here. Let's move ahead. Find dv is -1, so it should technically go over here as well. Yeah, this did. And then we push it. Okay, and this technically got terminated now because there's no length. This got here. That's cool. And path.join. What is the path now? So the file path is this, which is absolutely correct. And then this directly got here. That's insane. Oh, this ran successfully without any issues. That was the issue. Then there is some error in the SQL now. So it's got an error. Okay. So when I try to run the SQL content, which is this, create, why I don't know why do we get these things. We don't want these things. Okay, that's something we have to fix. Got it. So let's let's terminate the process now. Let's detach the process, whatever. And yeah. Okay, so what do we want to do is we want basically the SQL content is basically we want to filter this after this is done. It's dot then res dot filter, res dot split this dot filter k not equal to k not equal to slash n dot join. Yes, this will basically remove all the slash n's. Should technically fix the bug or not? I think so. Let's try it out. So all these are going correct. I think it did ran this time. We have got the success. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yes. So now if I select all from migrations, I should have 3 migrations. I don't know what the hell these 3 migrations are doing here, the same migrations. So this means we have applied the same migration like 3 times, I guess. So if it is already present, I don't know why are we applying them again. So this is the full path. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, I think we are comparing the that could be one thing. So let's first detach this, and now what we can do is we can just go to the database, and we can see how we are comparing these. So we are saying like if what do we say? So file, I don't want file name. That's like I want file path because it's not file name. I'm pretty sure it's song path. So if applied migration dot song path is equal to what happened, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. And the types also, like, this is not what we want. So, like this is what we want, and this should be in string. Yeah. So current m file is this, but this is not the complete path, and we want the complete path to be basically doing this. Let's call it path, and let's call it path dot join whatever that m files at I comma before this file path. Wait, hold on. So app path, yeah, and then this will be path, yeah. And current m file path, and then we don't need to do this. I mean, this completely works if we just do like not applied migrations at I, because they are completely paths, and then file path is like, so then I have a better idea because we are using it again and again. So we can say file path is equal to whatever that thing is, and then we can say file path. Yeah, cool. Now this should technically not apply the same migration and again. Like just to test my hypothesis. What I'll do is I'll just do yarn dev, and it shouldn't make that 5 times. Like the migration shouldn't be 5 times. Like it should be how it is right now. Like if I just go select all from migrations, it is one more time, man. Why is it again there? I think okay, so let's move ahead now. What we'll do is we'll just I have to change I have to change the title, I guess. Okay, so I'll just we'll code the main history part maybe in the night today. The migrations bug is fixed, so I'm happy now. There'll be few more bugs which I'll be fixing. Let's continue in the night. I hope so you are doing good. Bye bye.